Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and I am so excited that you're here to catch the weekly replay of my laid-back yet very inspiring conversations with other full-time professional artists. The purpose of this series is to show aspiring artists that it is completely possible to have a great career in the arts. And if you ever want to tune in and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just check out the schedule over at facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy every Tuesday to catch us on live. I'll see you there. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time six-figure art business. With weekly trainings that include step-by-step proven art business techniques, plus painting tutorials from yours truly and other guest artists who are masters in their field, you will be well equipped to learn and grow into the highly skilled and highly profitable artist you know you're meant to be. I've figured out what it takes to build my own six-figure art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. It's not hard, but it does require your time and dedication. So if you're up for the challenge, go to advancedmember.com. That's advancedmember.com to learn more. This is another episode of the Student Spotlight series, where every Monday I interview my amazing Artist Academy Advanced students to get to know them better, give them direct advice on their art business, and so I can get feedback on how to be a better teacher. This week, I'm interviewing Jessa Aber as we talk about motivation and figuring out what to do next. This crazy art roller coaster ride of a career can be so confusing and so unmotivating at times, but calls like this one that you're about to listen to, can be just the thing to lift you up and onto the right track. Getting clear about your goals and then deciding what step to take next is something we all have to do monthly and sometimes even weekly. And yes, I'm including myself in this. Figuring out what it is you actually want and then talking to a mentor about what the next step could be will save you from walking in circles around and around again and again, because that's how we get stuck, not knowing what step to take next. And the formula for getting unstuck is exactly what I just said. Find someone who has been there and done the thing that you want to do and ask them for advice. Likely, someone has already done it and will be happy to share their progress with you. And that's why I started the Artist Academy, and likely why you're listening to this episode today. And if you need a little extra help with your art business, just message me. I don't bite. And let me know what you think about this Student Spotlight interview with Jessa Aber. Could you just start this episode out by kind of telling me a little bit about who you are and how you got into the arts and stuff like that, so I can get to know you a little bit better, and for anybody listening to get to know your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Jessa. I live in northern Michigan, but it's in the Lower Peninsula. And I've pretty much been like painting, drawing, like anything in the arts since like I can remember. It's just like since I could hold a pencil, I've pretty much been doing it. But in the last few years, I just really, I've been working different jobs. Life happened, and everything. And so I got a job just to support myself and, my family and stuff. But after I've been doing it for a while, and I'm just like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be an artist. And I just never really was sure if like that was something that was like possible or not, because the whole starving artist thing, like everyone's like, oh, you can't do that, like you have to get a real job. And then I started following people on social media, and I was seeing people that were actually doing it as a business, and I was like, okay, like if they can do it, then like I can do it. So I've been kind of starting small. I do a lot of pet portraits currently. That's what I've been working on the most. I started out with colored pencil, but I've been kind of like branching out and kind of starting to work in like with acrylics. I just feel like it's faster. It's a little bit easier. Like colored pencil is so detailed, so it takes a really long time. But yeah, so I've been working on that, and I've been wanting to get my business started and going a little bit more than I have. But then the COVID-19 thing hit, and it's just kind of like thrown a monkey wrench into everything. So yeah, that's kind of like my history there so far.
Yeah, so what's going on in the art world for you? Okay, awesome. So, okay, so you do a lot of pet portraits. Are you wanting to, like animal stuff, are you wanting to keep going with that?
I do like pet portraits. I'm not saying I don't want to do them anymore, but I do kind of want to branch out more into like wildlife and like wild animal, I guess, art, like, with zoos and like wildlife conservation, because that's really where my passion is with wildlife and stuff. So I do like doing pet portraits, but I would like to kind of like get more into that other realm of wildlife.
Okay, yeah, yeah, awesome. Okay, so I guess where are you wanting? What are your goals right now? What are you wanting to go forward with? And so you kind of want to, keep in the animal theme, but are you focused more right now on getting commissions, or are we like getting a stock of paintings made right now? Like what's your focus right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still I do still have commissions, but I have been trying to like work as hard as I can on other paintings to get like a stockpile of them, so I have stuff like when we can finally go out of our homes again and like I can show to the public.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Um, yeah, it's just like this whole like, quarantine thing is like really kind of like, I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go with it because, it's like I wanted to go like pitch to some places and, about my art. And it's like everything's closed now and they're struggling to stay open. So it's kind of like, it kind of almost feels awkward asking people for money right now just with everything going on. So I'm not really sure what to do.
Yeah, right now it is kind of crazy just with everything going on. But I'm kind of noticing like there are certain businesses that are doing not so good, and then there are certain businesses who are like, yeah, we're doing fine still, and we want art. So I'm still getting contacted by a lot of those businesses that maybe aren't struggling, and so maybe we could like, or with the people who aren't. And so maybe we could kind of focus on, going towards those kind of people right now and just kind of leaving the other ones alone right now who are just trying to
Right.
survive.
Well, and like a lot of the places that like I guess my thought was I wanted to ask these businesses that are like more in line of like what I'm wanting to do, like, zoos and, animal places. And those are the ones that are really struggling right now. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we are wanting to go there, so the best way that I found to get a connection in there and just get paid for something like that is to first offer it for free. And a lot of artists are against that. But however, that's how I've kind of built my art career, is just being like, tucking my pride aside, and I'm like, just to get in the door, I'll do anything you want.
Right.
Like, like no pride at all. And so maybe reaching out to the zoo, because I do a lot of work with the zoo here locally too, and doing that, just starting off with that and doing very cheap projects for them has, flowered into doing a lot of other things that aren't so cheap or that are getting customers from them in certain ways. But it all started with just doing some really inexpensive projects for them. And so maybe, what if you reached out and were like, hey, like I would really love to help you, I mean, in all the free time that you have,
Right.
like, but maybe just being like, so one thing that I do for the zoo here recently or the last couple of years that kind of got me in the door with them is they need repair work done for some of the murals that are currently there. Like other artists have done them 5, 10 years ago or so, and they get damaged from the animals being like rubbing against the wall and like or being cleaned and stuff like that. So they need someone to go in there and just repair some of the artwork that are currently on the wall. So if you just reaching out to them and being like, if you need any help with repair work or anything right now while people aren't coming in, I would love to come in and help out for a day or something, and just like pick a day, go in there and just do all you can, and really you're just gonna meet a lot of people, and they're like,
Okay.
hey, like if you need something in the future, let me know. And then they'll call you for, if they have like an annual fundraiser event, they'll likely call you. If they need a new mural, they'll likely call you. And that's what happened with me going in there and yeah, just offering something for free. And now they call me for everything. And now I have like 6 pieces at the zoo where that people go and pose for them. And
That's
it's
so
great.
awesome.
Yeah. And it's great advertising. So also, if your zoo does not have like photo op art, like giant butterfly wings even, or like I just did peacock wings because our zoo has a lot of peacocks. And so we just did those and that's advertising. Like they pay for them and it's not like a crazy expensive thing. Like I do it at a charity cost. Not free exactly, but not for, not for a ton of money either. But it's great
Right.
advertising for me. And so many people, I hear so many people going to the zoo and they're like, oh, I saw your stuff at the zoo. Oh, I saw your stuff at the zoo. Or like people will see my name down there, look me up, and then hire me for something because the zoo is just like awesome advertising.
Right. Well, and that's what partly why I want to get like a lot of my art out at places like that, so like more people can see my name and I can start getting more work, because I think that's a big thing, is just getting your stuff out there so people can see what you can do. So that's one of the things I've really
Yeah.
been wanting to do.
Awesome. Okay. So can I give you like a I guess call to action or an assignment or whatnot of to
I need a kick in the
okay, great.
pants sometimes.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, I'm so hesitant to like I know you guys want guidance and stuff, but I'm so hesitant to just tell you what to do because I'm like, I don't want to be
Should tell me
bossy.
what to do sometimes, because
Okay.
sometimes I'm just over here like, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I have an assignment for you. If you need help drafting up the email too, just send me a DM and we can kind of work that out. But just figure out, or you could go to their website and just find a couple contacts, probably in the office of the zoo. So they have like people who work at the zoo, and then they have like an office admin area. So try to find the office admin people. Maybe shoot maybe like a secretary or someone an email, just like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I would love to offer my services to the zoo during these tough times. I'm a local artist, just wanting to help out local businesses. If there's anything you need, such as repair work, and just kind of tell them like the stuff that you want, such as, repair work, or if you have any new projects coming on or whatever, I would love to schedule a day and come out and help you as needed.
And I can find that on LinkedIn.
So sometimes you can find it on LinkedIn. Sometimes you could just go straight to their website and go to
Okay.
the contact page and just send it there, and that person will send it to whoever it needs to go. So just kind of, write it to whoever you can find and send one today. If they don't respond in 2 days, find another address, like another email
Try
address, maybe
again.
maybe try again, yeah. And I'll check up on you in a couple days. Be like, hey, or like I'll check up on you by the end of the day today and be like, hey, did you
Okay.
send the email? So you're gonna send the email today, and then in a couple days I'll be like, hey, did they respond? And
Right.
if you need help with the communication part, just let me know. But I think that would be a great way to get in, and when
Yeah.
they are making money later, you can too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's so hard because like I have a full-time job right now. I actually work in
Oh,
insurance. And so it's like so hard like trying to like balance like all that, like full-time job and like being an adult and then trying to get my artwork together. It's like what's the next step? Like I want to make this work, and it just, it's like I need you to like give me the kick in the pants sometimes and just be like, this is what you need to do.
yeah, for sure. Okay, well, maybe we could do it like on a weekend. You could go out there, maybe like when you're not working or something. I mean,
Yeah,
I hate to, use our weekend to work, but
right.
in the
Well, and I could use
beginning,
vacation too. It's just, it's just trying to find that balance, and I really want to get it, get started and be able to like, really make this into more than just a side hustle and get
yeah.
going. So,
Yeah, and I think the first couple steps of that is just being really uncomfortable for a
yes.
while. Just like, maybe, and I hate to tell people to lose sleep too, but like
Right.
sometimes it's like you don't get to watch Netflix for a while, or you
Right.
don't get to, sleep that full 8 hours or 9 hours, and it's like, okay, you get six or something. And, but that phase doesn't last very long,
Right. Well, and
and
actually the working part isn't like a problem for me. Like, if you give me something to do, like I can do that and I can work, I can be tired. It doesn't bother me. It's the social interaction.
oh, okay.
For me, like I'm such an introvert. And just being on live right now is very uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm learning.
Yeah, no, and I always share this story too. The first couple times I went live, I got like hives on my skin because
I
that's
know.
just,
I was like over on the couch, like breathe, deep breaths, deep breaths.
you know, yeah, for really important interviews, even still, I'm like, okay, don't pass out.
Yeah,
Everything's
I know.
fine.
It's like don't look weird, act natural.
Yeah, yeah, whatever natural is.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have no clue at this point.
Yeah, and I'll say, so I love this idea of just you reaching out to the zoo too, because they do, like I mentioned earlier, they do an annual fundraiser every year because the zoo is a nonprofit. Most zoos in most cities, I imagine, because ours is. And every year they do a non or a like a annual fundraiser here, and so I'm sure yours does as well. And I now do live painting at their annual event. And going there, I mean, for ours here in Springfield, it's everybody's who's who is there. And so it's just great advertising. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
go to the zoo. And we could maybe even say that in your initial email of like, things you could do, if you need live painting for an event to promote the zoo or something. Like, help me help you is
Right.
my motto in this. So, okay. So let's reach out to the zoo today. What else?
Okay.
What else are you wanting to get into?
I would like to do I guess, like maybe not so much photo op art, but just having it out in more public places so more people can see it. That's something that's like really interesting to me. I like, painting on canvases is fun and all, but I feel like it's just, it's more exciting getting to go out and do other things. Like I used to do stuff like for 4-H because I was in 4-H for a long time, and I used to paint a lot of different things for the 4-H groups and the barns, and I just loved that. It was out there, everyone got to see it, and that was just so much fun for me. And so I'm just kind of looking to get into more of that stuff.
Okay,
But
great.
I'm kind of nervous to try like doing an actual mural because I've never done it before. So I don't want to be like, yeah, I can do that. And then like I get up there and it's like, no, I really can't do that.
Well, have you watched some of the mural videos in the group?
I've watched some of them. I need to finish like get through all of them. It's just
It's
like you
okay.
said, like the whole work thing, and then like I'm trying to
Yeah.
paint, and then I'm trying to do adult thing, and now I'm going to try and watch this video, and then I try and put it on, and then I'm not paying attention because I'm painting, and I'm like, I've got to set aside time to just sit there and watch these.
It's okay. Well, if anything, you could just like, once you get a mural job, you can that'll give you some
Yeah,
oomph to really do it. And I always tell people, if you want to do murals, do you have a room in your house that you could maybe do a mural? Are you renting or do you own?
we do own it, but
Okay.
I don't really know of a
Yeah.
spot that would be good for that.
Yeah. I'm
Kind
like,
of a smaller house.
okay, yeah. Do you
I don't
so
want it really right in my living room.
yeah. What about your bathroom maybe?
Yeah, have it
Or you
there.
Okay, yeah. Or if you have a friend who has kids or something, maybe
Yeah,
just offer it to be like, "Hey, I want to do my first mural. I just need some practice. Like, what would you want in your kids' room?" And they'll be
right.
like, "Dragons or princesses or whatnot." So maybe trying in a friend's room. Maybe that might
Okay,
maybe
that's a good idea.
yeah, that's kind of like the first step in the mural process. My first mural was in my bathroom many houses ago, and it was like an underwater theme, and it took me like a year to do because I was
Right,
like, I just didn't know how to do it, and I wasn't motivated or anything, so I would just kind of do a little bit here and there. But it gave me something to show people to,
right,
and because you always have to, you have to like show people what you want to be hired for. Okay.
right. Well, and I think that's kind of a part of a thing with me too, is that I just tend to overthink it. So it's like I'm afraid to kind of put myself out there for something that I'm uncomfortable with because it's like, what if I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then like I get there and, it's like, yeah, this isn't working out. Like I can't do that. And so then it's like I get overwhelmed and it's like, then I talk myself out of it. And it's like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. So I have the next mission for you to go on. Let's find a place for you to do a mural because if you really want to start doing street art stuff, like we gotta do it first.
Right.
We gotta figure out one to do first. So let's find a place for you to do a mural. And if it's not in your own home, if you kind of look around and you're like, I really don't want it in my own home,
Right.
think of a friend and just kind of maybe message a couple of them and just be like, hey, if you're willing, hey, if you're willing to pay for supplies, which it will be like $50 or less, I'll do a mural for you and just kind of see who bites.
Okay, that'll
Yeah.
work. I can try that. I
Okay,
think my mom will,
awesome.
I'm pretty sure my mom will let me do a mural in her house, so I can try that too.
That's what moms are for.
I know, right?
They're
The
like
other thing
number one fans.
right? And the other thing I really need to like buckle down and do is I need to get my website started. Like, I just need to do it. But I keep overthinking that
Oh.
too because I'm afraid, like, what about, do I need to get prints first before like I get my, my website going, or, like, what do I need to do first? What's like the first step?
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I actually just recently here a couple weeks ago put in the Artist Academy like a first like beginner artist first steps, and like the first one is to paint obviously, and the
Right.
second one is to start a website and get an LLC, because it's not just for selling prints. It's basically to show the world, you're a business, you're real, and it's just to start that SEO process going, that search engine optimization. The earlier you can get it, the better. And also the earlier you can get your domain name, which is basically your art business name. You just solidify that, get it out there, put it on the web, and just be like, okay, this is my space on the internet, I guess. And
Right.
so, and you link that to all of your social medias, because a lot of the times people will find me on social media and then they'll want to go look around and they'll look at my website and they'll contact me through my website 90% of the time, I'd say. So even though they find me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, they'll go to my website to be like, okay, she's real. And then that
Okay.
kind of solidifies, and then they go to my contact page and they'll reach out from there, especially businesses. The businesses want to see a website for some reason. Because I guess anybody can create an Instagram or a Facebook, and that's
Right.
very social, but a website is very much like,
It's professional.
yeah, exactly.
And that's why I know I need to buckle down and do it. And I was telling some of my friends that, they have she has her own business as well. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to get that started. Then she's like, oh, well, you've got to get prints and stuff made first, and like start telling me all this stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe I don't
No, just bring it back here. Like, nope.
I've got to stop overthinking so much.
Yeah, well, actually, if I mean to watch another video, but
Right.
it's a really short one, I promise. So it's the level 2 in the
Okay.
beginner artist one, and I basically show you, how to get an LLC and what a website should look like in the very beginning, and it's very simple. So like I show you a couple different examples of like my website and a beginner artist website, and then one who's like even further along. And it's just, you need like a contact page, you need examples of your work, and a domain name, and really that's about it. Because a lot of people will want to see your stuff, and then they want to know how to contact you. And like you don't need a checkout system, especially if you don't have anything to order or anything, because a lot of the times people will just reach out to you anyway. If someone wants to buy a print from me, they're probably going to reach out to me before they press the order button anyway. They're like, hey, I was thinking about getting a print, but and they'll have a question, and so they'll reach out to me anyway. And sometimes I'll be like, well, just um Venmo me instead of going through the website, because they take a fee or whatever. And so sometimes I don't even do print orders on my website. I'm just like, let's do it on the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I mean, you don't need a checkout system or anything. So just
Uh,
really just have a place for you. Go watch that video. That's another task. Go watch
yes.
that video to
Need to
where
write
I'll show you.
this.
Yes, exactly. I'll show you exactly what you need. It's really not that much. And with the whole beginner artist thing, I'm like, you can do this in a weekend. If you really like sit down, do the paperwork, get it going, you can do the
Okay.
whole thing in a weekend. And then you're good to go and you're a business.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely need to. I need to just do it.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It's just like just doing it, and it
Yeah,
could be like conversations like this is just the thing you need to be like, okay, I'll do it,
I do, and it's I don't have a lot of support so much with being an artist. Everyone's like, you need to just you need a real job, and so it makes it more difficult to kind of feel like, am I taking the right step? Is this like the right thing to do? And just getting to hear you confirm that, like, yes, this is what you need to do and it'll be fine. Like, it just really helps for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, because it's so confusing. Like,
It is.
there's,
Like, what's the next step? Like, what do I do? Like, if am I going to look like an idiot if I just put up a website and I don't have friends? Like, I don't know. No one around here does that type of thing. So I'm in a small town. Like, no one does that. So it's like, I don't know.
exactly. Yeah. That's why you joined the Artist Academy, though. And
Exactly.
that's why I created it, honestly. Because, like, I remember going through the same thing that you are. And I'm like, I want to do this so bad, but I have no idea how. And even so, like, okay, well, and actually, you being confused right now tells me that I need to do something more within the Artist Academy. I need to put it out there. Okay, so I just did this whole beginner artist thing, and I put the video on there, and I realized I didn't email you guys about it or anything. So this is a really good wake up, because it reminds me too, like, I create a lot of things and I'll like tell some people about it, but I forget that I need to like put it in the Facebook group, send out an email about it, all the things. So
Right.
this is a good reminder to me. So thank you.
No, it's okay. It's just I'm confused all the time anyway, so don't feel bad.
Yeah. Well, anytime you're confused, just post it in the group, because I guarantee there's someone in the group right now that's feeling the exact same way you are. And I guarantee there are 5 people in the group who have felt that way recently and have, just created a website, and they're like, oh, this is what you need to do. And even if I don't get to it first, they're going to be like, this is how I did it. I used Squarespace, or I used this, and this is great. Or I tried this and this didn't work, so don't do that. So yeah,
Right.
anytime you're confused, just post it in the group, because I see so many times people will post in the group and be like, I'm really overwhelmed this week. I have kids, I have this, and then a bunch of other parents are on there like, me too. Like, my kids are home, I have no time to paint. And it's just a good like validation of,
Right.
like, it's hard, but there's just, there's a path, we just gotta follow it, kind of a thing.
Right. And I always feel guilty saying that, I'm overwhelmed because I don't have kids, but I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do.
I know. Me too. I'm like, I don't know how these people with kids do it.
I don't
Like,
know
that's,
either. I'm like, I have a full-time job. I have a dog. I have adult responsibilities, and I'm already like, oh, how am I going to
I
do
know.
that? But,
It's like, my
it's like I
cat
said,
needs me.
yeah, exactly. Like, I have to walk my dog. What do you want from me?
And I'm so glad you said about the street art stuff too, or the more public art thing, because I was
Yeah.
thinking about creating like a public art full tutorial on like how to reach out to businesses, how to create stuff, how to pitch it to them in a way that it makes them want it too.
Right. And that would be
So,
awesome. I kind of
okay.
live in a small town too, kind of similar to you, and I just
Yeah.
it'd be really nice if we could brighten the town up, and I would love to be a part of that.
How big is your town?
Um, I mean, we do have a Walmart and a Meijer. The Meijer's new. I don't know how many people there are in it, but I mean, it's not that big.
Actually, and I think that is like, that's your advantage. I really, really think so, because if you go to Miami and New York and all of that places, not to say that you can't create an art career there, but so many people are like, I gotta move there to make it a great art career, and it's like, no, no. It's so much easier to
Right.
become the town artist where you are. It's so much easier to make a name for yourself as, the one who does things, or the
Right.
main one even. And so if we could just get some of your public art out there, I think it can take you from, commissions here and there and busy to like, whoop, okay, I can quit my job. So, okay, great.
I would love
Okay,
that.
I'm excited for you. Honestly, okay, this gives me
I
a
feel
kick
so
in the
much
butt.
better after talking to you.
Oh, good. Good. Well,
It gives
this gives
me
me
encouragement. It just
oh
gives me
yeah.
encouragement. It gives me that, like that, that little push that I need to really want to step it up again.
Good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, so we should do a follow-up one like this. So maybe here in a few months or something, we can get back on here and talk about it again. Okay, got it. Okay, great. And you also give me a kick in the butt to make that public art tutorial so that you can get out there and do the thing. Okay, well, so one last question before we get off here. Would it be better for you if, so I'm thinking about creating it like this public art thing, and we can do like a big push of it, and I was wondering, would it be better if I created it and just gave it to everyone, or would it be better and you could kind of work through it on your own, Or would it be better if we had a little bit of group momentum with it and we did it, we worked through it maybe like throughout like 3 weeks. So like the first week we like planned everything out, who we were going to reach out to and reached out. And the second week, we go meet with them or something. And then like third, we would like do it. Or would it be better if I just gave you like a few hour long tutorial and you work through it on your own?
I feel like I personally would like if you broke it down like in the couple weeks. That would probably be
Okay.
That's more of my learning style personally.
Okay, good to know. Thank you for that feedback. Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm going to get off here and talk to Jen for a little bit, but I'm so glad that 30 minutes went by so quickly.
And I'm so glad I finally got to meet you, and thank you so much for talking. It was awesome.
Yeah, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad to meet you as well. And let's do it again here shortly. So yeah, reach out to the zoo. Okay, I'm going to be asking you today.
Okay.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time six-figure art business. With weekly trainings that include step-by-step proven art business techniques, plus painting tutorials from yours truly, and other guest artists who are masters in their field, you will be well equipped to learn and grow into the highly skilled and highly profitable artist you're meant to be. I've figured out what it takes to build my own six-figure art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. It's not hard, but it does require your time and dedication. So, if you're up for the challenge, go to advancedmember.com. That's advancedmember.com to learn more. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. If you review our podcast and send a screenshot of that review to me on Instagram, I am at Art by Andrea Earhart. I will then promote your art on my story and tag you as a little thank you for helping me grow this podcast and our Artist Academy community. I have a reach of over 50,000 on Instagram, so this is a little help me to help you incentive. Also, if you ever want your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop on over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy to check out the schedule every Tuesday to catch us on live. I'll see you next week.